You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, Black and White sports fans, we need to continue with the Trump assassination and the sports world's response. Now, I put up a video on Charles Barkley yesterday. Sauce Gardner of the Jets, cornerback, came out and he's supporting Trump. Now, we need to talk about Stephen A. Smith, ESPN's Stephen Anthony Smith, because as you guys know, he has his own podcast on YouTube, The Stephen A. Smith Show. And I've been listening to Stephen A. on his podcast for something like a year now. And Stephen A., I've said it before, he's a bit different on his podcast than he is on First Take. Now, his podcast is definitely more political than even on ESPN. He's talking about sports on his podcast, but he's definitely talking about politics. And we know where Stephen A. actually stands politically. He voted for Joe Biden, and he also said that he might vote for Joe Biden again. Probably will, don't know. But he is not a fan of Joe Biden. He's not. Stephen A. has been pretty clear on that. But after the events that transpired on Saturday, with President Trump getting part of his ear blown off, Stephen A. Smith, man, has thrown in the towel. He is saying what other people on the left won't say. This thing is a wrap. This thing is a wrap. Stephen A. Smith has now said that Donald Trump will win the presidency. He's been teetering around for a while now with saying that, but I believe that he had to hold his tongue because he's on ESPN. Also, his contract is coming up. But after Saturday, man, the optics definitely said that, hey, Trump is going to win. Now, me and Rhodes, when we made our video, I actually said that, oh, it's over with, man. Trump is going to win in a landslide. Now, people still need to come out and vote. And I'm pretty sure you're also going to have other athletes probably coming out and supporting Joe Biden. But Joe Biden doesn't really have supporters, man. This is not 2020. This is very, very different now. I mean, back in 2020, Beijing Biden didn't have to campaign because he was hiding behind the Wuhan virus. Nobody's talking about that now. Nobody's talking about it. That debate backfired on Joe Biden, and now Trump getting almost assassinated. That's backfired also. Also, Biden's catching heat because of RFK Jr. doesn't actually have Secret Service protection. President Trump actually said, hey, RFK Jr. needs Secret Service protection, but Biden has denied him. But anyway, let's get into this clip, guys, of Stephen A. Smith on his show throwing in the towel. Let's get into it, guys. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member. Member live stream every single Friday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. You guys can also support us by becoming a member on blackandwhitenetwork.com or supporting us on Locals for just $5 per month. Here we go, guys. Let's go ahead and start reacting to a segment of Stephen A. Smith's podcast. The whole thing is like 57 minutes, but of course, we're not going to watch the whole entire thing. Let's roll it. Here we go.
I'm going to say it. You know, when we're looking at situations like this, first thing I want to get out the way is this. This shooter, this is my opinion. It's not the opinion of anybody I work with, anybody that knows me or anything like that. In my opinion, the shooter, he just handed Donald Trump the election.
You heard it right there. He just admitted it. It's over with. I believe that Stephen A. has really wanted to say this for a while, but now he's given the perfect reason to actually say that, yeah, it's over with.
That is what I believe. Of course, I don't know that as fact. Of course, things could change. But in my opinion, he just handed Donald Trump the election. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't buy. I've been in media for 30 years. You can't buy a better photo than what Donald Trump has at his disposal as we speak. He goes to the ground. He's got blood on his right ear, looked like it got nicked, which is what he said, it pierced his ear. He gets up. He looks disheveled. All right. Clearly taken aback by what happened, and rightfully so. Blood trickling down his ears and the right side of his face. Surrounded by Secret Service agents. Raises his fist. Is shriveling, cringing his face up. Fight, fight, fight. He says it 3 times. And while raising his fist, surrounded by Secret Service agents, the American flag is behind him. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't buy that. You can't buy a better photo than that if you're a politician.
He's right. I mean, this photo right here, Trump with blood on his face and his ear, the fist raised, it's going viral, man. I'm pretty sure people actually selling T-shirts with this. This is actually replaced the mud shot from Fulton County. Stephen A. knows it, man. He knows it.
You can't buy a better photo than that. Look at the video of him raising his fist. Look at the crowd going crazy behind him. Look at them saying, yeah, 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 And then listen to the pundits on TV talking about how strong, how vibrant, how courageous. And they were using these words. And not coincidentally, it was the antithesis of what they've been saying about President Biden. Now, you see right there what Donald Trump's statement was on his Truth social media page in the aftermath of what transpired. I want to thank the United States Secret Service and all of law enforcement officials for their rapid response on the shooting that just took place in Butler, Pennsylvania. Most importantly, I want to extend my condolences to the family of the person at the rally who was killed, and also to the family of another person that was badly injured. It is incredible that such an act can take place in our country. I was shot with a bullet that pierced the upper part of my right ear. I knew immediately that something was wrong and that I heard a whizzing sound, shots, and immediately felt the bullet ripping through the skin. Much bleeding took place, so I realized then what was happening. God bless America. This is what he's doing. There's not a word in there that he said that we can refute. And he brought up somebody that was injured. This individual was killed. Shots rang out, and he literally jumped to save his wife, to cover his wife and his 2 children. And he got hit in the head, and he was killed. My condolences to him, to his family, and to him, of course, and to those who were injured at the rally as well. But make no mistake about it, Donald Trump, in my opinion, secured the presidency with this.
So, you hear that right there, guys. You hear that right there. You saw that from Stephen A. Smith. He actually goes on even longer, man. He was actually bringing up the rhetoric of politicians on both sides, but mainly the left. I mean, he was even calling out Biden on some of the things he was actually saying too as well. Stephen A. Smith says that it's over. His side cannot win, according to him. We're still roughly July, August, September, October, November, about 3.5 months away from the election. So we'll actually have to see what happens. But they have, man, Stephen A., I believe he's wanted to say this for a while. He keeps saying that he's not going to vote Trump. He always has to remind his viewers that he's not voting Trump. Is he, though? I'm not really sure. He's not a fan of Biden. He's not a fan of Biden. Will Stephen A. even show up to vote? He probably will. But he knows the inevitable is coming, that Joe Biden not going to win. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.